Let's face it, us two talking isn't as interesting as you playing the piano, is it?
You're right.
What type of a man are you? Are you a man that would rather have your music speak for you, or are you happy to do this?
I'm happy to talk to you. You know, it's very seldom actually one gets to talk about music, which is, for a good reason. It's quite difficult to talk about what's in it. And it's a boring thing to tell you about how it works, because it works the same. You know, I'm a sort of a 9 to 5 guy, or let's say 10 to 5. And every song through the years has come up exactly the same way. It's like sitting at the piano, either me or Bjorn and I together during the ABBA days, and just waiting for something to come around and sort of pick it up when it flies by. I don't know how it works. If I knew, it wouldn't take so long, you know. But so people always ask us, well, can you tell me something about how Dancing Queen came up, or Fernando? It's always the same thing.
How much rubbish is there compared to the genius?
Well, I don't know if there's a genius, but it's a lot of, let's say it's a 95% rubbish. More. It's more than 95% to the good stuff. I did a calculation like a year ago, and I was trying to find out how many hours of music I have achieved during the years from 1966 or whatever it was when I started. And the calculation came out to like maybe 3 minutes a month. I never know if it's going to be a hit. I only know if I like it. And that's what I go by. Only that and nothing else.
And when you see the videos of you guys then, or hear those ABBA records on the radio now, does it seem like a different person?
I feel the same. I don't even feel older though I am, you know. No, it feels all right. It's like we were putting on something occasionally, like clothes, to sort of just to make a little splash, you know. Apart from that, no, I think it's most of the stuff is okay. Most of it, not all of it.
How do you stay humble today? Because there isn't a place in the world where your music hasn't been or is not still currently being played. There aren't that many artists that could be current 30 years after they release their songs.
Well, I'm not that humble. It helps if you realize that why this all happens is it's pure luck, because it's a gift, right? Being able to choose good stuff from bad stuff, that's pure luck. Talent is luck. The rest is hard work. So I'm proud of the hard work.
You make fun of your own music in Mamma Mia, and let's face it, some of it is camp and designed for the disco. Did you ever worry that your music would become cheesy?
Well, we always thought we did good stuff. Nothing cheesy about that, you know. We did exactly what we wanted to do. Now, what you refer to as sort of could be cheesy must have to do with the lyrics. Has nothing to do with the music as such. Don't you agree? And I've never been involved in writing lyrics. I only care for the music itself. And as long as the lyric sits together with the music nicely, fine with me. I don't care if it's called Mamma Mia or Fernanda or Dancing Queen or whatever, as long as it sort of runs along with what the melody is.
How much is God-given talent, if you believe in God? Because I know Bjorn doesn't, does he?
No, I don't think he does. Neither do I. The thing is that when it happens, I know what it is. But I can't make it happen unless I sit there for hours and hours playing, letting my hands go, trying to hear something that I haven't heard before that is sort of has some value. And I don't know what it means when it happens. I don't know how it works. I think if you ask any other good songwriter, he or she would say exactly the same thing. You can ask a painter or a writer, they would say the same thing. It's something that comes out of sitting there, waiting for it to happen, working on waiting for it to happen.
When we talk about the X Factor today, and I look at someone like you, there aren't many of you around, are there? I mean, I can think of Elton John. He can write,
yes,
play, and sing. There aren't many people who can do all three.
Well, I can't do all three. I can write and I can play. I can't sing. Well, I can sing in tune. I can do harmonies. I do on the records, but I don't have a singer's voice. I'm sorry to say. I wish I had. I mean, I think it's quite clever of me and Bjorn not being the vocalists of this group. Bjorn is singing. Every album, he's singing one song, just to sort of break it up a bit on the albums. I think it was good.
What I did notice in the research was Eurovision played a part in two ways. One, of course, with ABBA. But prior to that, your writing brought ABBA together, didn't it?
Absolutely, like we spoke about earlier. I mean, we were writing. We thought that we could write good songs. I mean, there came a single with the Hollies, for example, and we said, well, we can do that, you know? But nobody cared, and nobody thought we could, outside Sweden, that is. We sent out songs to publishers. Nothing was ever recorded. Yeah, Lonnie Donegan recorded one of the songs. I don't remember the title of it, something about a train station. But that was it, and nobody wanted to listen. So we said, how on earth are we going to convince people outside Sweden that we're a good bunch of people, we can do good things? And we said, well, we can enter the Eurovision, because everybody is watching the Eurovision. And if we go there, even if we don't win it, we can still play a good song that we like, and people will recognize that there is a Swedish band called ABBA. You know, and that's why we entered. Otherwise, we would not have done that.
And how did you choose the song that went on to create the beast that was ABBA?
We had two songs to choose from. We had one more of sort of more Eurovision type of thing called Hasta Mañana, which is on the same album, on the Waterloo album. And we had Waterloo and said, we want to do Waterloo because it's more like what we want to do, even if it doesn't fit into the Eurovision Song Contest. So we said, let's go with that because, you know, that's more like what we want to be. And if we don't win, it doesn't matter. It's still the song we want to do.
How do you feel when you go out on a stage and you know that it's make or break? Because Eurovision either creates something wonderful or, in many cases, ruins people's careers. Were you nervous? Were you excited? Or did you think this could be it? This is our moment?
Nowadays, it's crazy. It's just too much, you know. And nothing ever... But I don't know. Did anything good came out of Eurovision since 1974? I'm not sure. Before that, good songs came up. You know, Volare was in there. Merci Chérie was in there. I don't know, Puppet on the String is a good song. The Spanish song, Eres Tú, was a lot of good stuff coming out. Now, I don't know.
Having said that, the outrageous costumes that they wear today, back in the 70s, what you were wearing was, well, revealing at the very least. When they said to you, this is what you're going to wear, what was your reaction?
No, we said what we wanted to wear. We wanted those clothes. Those clothes that we used for the Eurovision, they're really nice stuff. Take a look at them. They're good stuff. They're just it rhymes with the time, and they're kind of neat. Then we put some other stuff on occasionally that wasn't that nice. But those clothes I really like.
Do you still have those costumes?
Oh yes.
Are you ever tempted to try them on again and see if they still fit?
I don't think I would. Well, maybe I don't. I'm not too far away from it.
Were you ever tempted by the drugs and the way that so many went from your generation?
No drugs. Little booze, but no drugs. I don't know. It never entered us, you know. We were sort of solid. We had families, and we tried to behave like grown-ups. If you believe that these 30,000 watching you is actually watching you, instead of listening to the music you've created because of the talent you had, then I think you could be in deep trouble. And then I think it's very, very difficult to fill the hole that probably is within you, you know?
Having said that, the relationships you had in ABBA didn't last. Do you think that was possibly down to the pressure and the stress and the level of show business that you reached internationally?
Not at all. Absolutely not. I'd say the opposite. I'd say that if it hadn't been for ABBA, we wouldn't have been together that long, you know? That held us together. We had this thing going. We all enjoyed it. It was really important for all of us, the careers within ABBA, and that kept us going longer. I believe so.
Would you like to go back to 1975, let's say, just for a week, to experience that again, or are you happy leaving that in the past?
No, I'm fine now. This is good, you know. I enjoy life as it is, and I enjoy what I'm doing. I have my orchestra, 16-piece band, and yeah, I want to do that.
There's one final thing I'd love you to do. Would you indulge me with a few moments on the piano and just hear you play?
Thank You for the Music is a good tune. Not so good recording, but a good song. I don't know, it's simple.
This has been a true honour for me, and thank you for allowing me into your studio, and to stand here next to your grand piano and you is a true thrill. Slipping Through My Fingers is a song that probably most people haven't necessarily heard of because it doesn't get a lot of airplay, but it's a number that really moves people in Mamma Mia. Yeah. And it comes out of the blue, and it's just such a juxtaposition to the nonsense of the show, and it really touches the heart of this story of a mother and a daughter.
I think the show is really an important thing. It's on the female side of life. It's telling you that a girl can do whatever a girl must do. It's fun though.
Alex Belfield.